My name is Chikomborero Dhire, and I'm a sophomore. I'm from Zimbabwe, and I'm studying electrical and computer engineering. So the process of coming to Lafayette, I think it's more intertwined with my high school story. So we have like an O level and then A level. So the A level is like the last 2 years of high school. We had like the normal counselors, which I also suppose is a normal position here in the US. I don't know much about that, but we basically used College Board, and one of my counselors suggested that I apply to Lafayette because she thought it would be a good fit for me. So I checked it out and I liked it, and then I think it was the most feasible college for me, considering the financial aid, the atmosphere, and everything else. So my first day at Lafayette, so the night before I had arrived at JFK, and a Zimbabwean friend had picked me up from the airport and dropped me off at Lafayette in the morning. The first person I saw here on campus was Victoria. She's our current ISA president, and the whole atmosphere was very welcoming, especially with the ISA family, which has basically become like a very important community to me. Those were the first people who received me, and then we had the orientation, which was part of my first days at the college. So one of the major differences between the education system back at home and here was the pace at which we moved here at Lafayette. Although my first semester, I was only taking 4 relatively easy classes, and basically all my professors were very good at what they were teaching, and they accommodated every student's need through office hours and through emailing them and everything else. So the education system was basically very different, but the transition was very easy. There's definitely been a lot of times when I was under pressure on campus, maybe some mental pressure, as in you're like stressed with something. I think I've developed a survival mechanism. One of them is just talking to a couple of friends, either here at Lafayette or maybe some of my friends that I can call at any time. Sometimes I do basic sporting activities, like maybe I go for a jog or maybe go for a walk. That really helps me to relieve myself and get rid of the tension. And more recently, I started boxing, mainly because I've often found myself with lots of energy, and sometimes I know I will end up not using that energy for good, and some of it might result in stress. So by boxing, I just get rid of that tension as well. COVID definitely disturbed me in a lot of ways. I guess just in the same way it disturbed everyone else. But one of the major changes in my life, especially my campus life, was the inability to meet friends as frequently as I would when COVID had not yet happened. And it has also been a little bit difficult to maintain the same level of energy in social interactions and even in classes, especially now because we have to do most of our meetings on Zoom. And it's also obviously not physically healthy in terms of eyes and repetitive strain injury, which might result from that whole process. But otherwise, I think I'm coping very well to the whole situation. I hope COVID ends soon. So yes, COVID made me miss home more. It definitely has made me miss home very much, especially because of the reduced social interaction. So it's more like every time I miss talking to people, the first people that I miss talking to are the people back home. The last thing that I would want to talk about, basically talk about health and encourage everyone, especially the people around me, to stay healthy, physically, mentally, spiritually. I think it's important to stay healthy because it also impacts the people around you. Always be nice to people, be good to people, not because you want anything from them, but just because it's healthy, and it's healthy for you and it's healthy for them as well. So one of my friends has this philosophy that if you don't lose anything out of giving something, then why not just give it?